bit, but not for him. Oh, goody. Adventurers.
You found this skull at the end of the river. You found a dock near it, and it led you inward to where you are now. And you did some investigating, found that there was no people here. Just remains. You guys found some books, some old... Let me know if the music's too loud, by the way. So you found some old remains of people. Seemed like they had died just drinking, apparently. Potentially,
Wait.
I think one of you guys found the suspicious means, right? One of you had found that the drink had been poisoned.
I think you mean delicious.
Yes, excuse me, delicious. There was an area downstairs at the docks where there was a ritual magic circle there that allowed you to talk to dead. Kind of made sense since there was just a bunch of bones around it. Then you moved upstairs to find this sort of inn. I guess more of a tavern, probably. You found there was a suspicious room, which one of you decided to just kind of go through and then blow up the wall, which did not please the undead guests. So they awoke and became very aggressive. You guys killed them all. Then the captain, undead captain, in a final attempt just to take you guys out, blew herself up. So, yeah. Anyone want to add anything to that?
All of the skeletons, when they died, just turned to ash and can no longer be communicated with.
Oh, yeah.
But we found lots of loot.
Mm-hmm. I believe the discussion was to either do a long rest here or a short rest or something. It's about, I would say it's probably early evening.
We were going to sleep in.
Mm-hmm. And maybe plan what you would like to do.
I refreshed the page like 5 times to try to get it to load, and
I had to restart my computer.
it keeps saying it's trying to load me into the editor. The roll20.net/editor. I don't understand what's going. My session has expired. Okay, I can get to the welcome screen, and I'm signed in. I'm gonna sign out. Oh. Interesting.
So what would you guys like to do?
That's a great question.
We're having a rest, aren't we?
Yeah, if you want to make a rest. I guess there is one person that's still alive. There's one set of remains, it looks like.
The guy at
Whoa.
the piano?
The piano player never enters the fight.
The piano
They play
man.
the battle music.
Oh, weird. Okay, Amanda, all I had to do was completely close Firefox, and then it loaded. Well, kind of. Are we in like fog of war?
You have to scroll to the right.
I'm
Seeing everyone over here.
hold on. Okay, there we go.
I mean, maybe we should do some intellectual exercise to stimulate the brain to come with an idea.
Did it? Sorry.
99 bottles of beer on the wall. See how long it takes.
Maybe there's still some alcohol that's fine to drink. Kalas is gonna start, I guess, looking for cups and any kind of food or anything.
Did we know if they were poisoned or not?
He hasn't told us yet.
I think it's only if Xerix shares that information, but he thought it was delicious, and
You just start drinking.
yeah, I imagine the people that were down here were just seeing him pick up the cups and start drinking.
Someone
Like-
else found the drink before he did, and they determined that it was not drink. So he's not keeping that
I think that's
Okay.
right.
So then let's say that it was advised, like, wouldn't drink it. But Xerix drank it anyways and said, I'm fine. Delicious.
Who was the first one in this part of the inn?
Ooh.
Because it was Ayre and Geldloth and Xerix in the other room.
Yeah,
Spawn.
then this room. I think it might have been
I completely
Fammal.
lost.
Oh, you talking about the pirate
Lost.
room? Yeah, I was in there.
Yeah.
My fog of war like completely reset.
Well, start moving your token
My
around.
character wouldn't drink it just because it smelt funny.
Can you move me downstairs?
Sure. Here you are.
Thank you. I'm just trying to. Oh, I guess it's like that. Interesting. I guess like with a dynamic,
So just a recap of things that you guys found last time. There was a few potions.
I
Oh.
have.
I don't think you guys were able to loot that room yet. Were you?
This room?
Yeah.
We were in the process of it.
In the process of it. So that room hasn't been searched yet.
Can you put me? No. We did.
Oh, did you? In this room?
I'm pretty sure. Does it show on the?
Says in chat that Xerix distributed the money from the room.
Ah,
I don't know
yes,
what you're
yes.
talking
Potion
about,
of something, potion of something, scroll of invisibility.
Yeah.
And then all of the money and the gems.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So I have the potion of superior, rope climbing, fire giant, gaseous form. Is some of the new stuff, I think.
Scroll of protection, potion of fire giant strength, rope of climbing. I believe Ayre had found the scroll of teleportation from the captain's remains before the captain blew herself up. And I believe Ayre also found a map.
I found maps downstairs that I grabbed and a +1 scimitar.
Yes. So what would you guys like to do? Do you want to just kind of find some nice cozy spots to rest? There were plush seating enough for everyone to sleep in over here in these rooms.
Sorry.
Or are you wanting to move on? You did have a boat outside that you were kind of switching all of your stuff to.
Yeah. I guess while I'm down here, can I pull our? Where was our boat? Our boat was this one right here, which is the.
Yep.
And we were transferring it to this one.
I believe so.
Okay.
Should we talk to the one skeleton that remained?
Oh yeah, you could do that.
I'm gonna. Can I pull the two boats inside the cave or inside the? Is that possible?
Sure. Yeah.
Like,
Go ahead and give me a I'm gonna say just a survival. Beat a DC of 10. Excellent. Yeah, you are able to untie the boats and just kind of pull the ropes along to move them inside. So we'll do this one. Since that one can actually move.
Okay, so like we'll just say for this one is like right behind it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You park them nice. You're gonna be able to get stuff in them if you want. Colossus is gonna say like, I don't think there's anything safe to drink. All of it seems to be expired or turned to vinegar. Some of it smells a little strange. But that's all right.
I have a spell slot left. I can create water.
Okay.
If we need it.
Does everyone need rations? Does everyone have enough rations to eat? Are we hungry? I mean, I'm hungry. It's been like, a day since I've eaten.
Statues.
Good on rations.
We could make some potato soup.
Potato soup!
I'm pretty sure we haven't eaten 10 pounds of potatoes yet.
Okay.
There's also some bacon left.
All right, I can get a cooking fire going, and Colossal come round back. Just a little tiny chimney, and she'll just start setting it on fire to start boiling some water.
I will put the stuff from the boat in the other boat.
Okay. I think that was already done, but
Okay, I will make sure.
okay. What else do you guys want to do?
We were waiting on it to. We were waiting to put the stuff in the other boat, to make sure that that was the best boat. If I remember
Yes, that's right. You guys came inside to see if there was any other better boats, but
because there were other boats to look at. So, I would check the other ones and point out whichever one is the best boat.
The boatiest of the boats.
the boatiest of the boats.
The
I
boatiest
believe.
boat is-
Yeah, it's the one boat that Taylor has drawn that says boat. And then your makeshift boat. The other two were like small rowboats. They didn't have sails, but they did have oars that you could take. So I think Xerix had taken some oars.
Now we have row of boats.
You have a row of boats. And a rowboat. So many boats.
A rowboat, boat row.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna try to pop off the skeleton's head.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a survival. Or a medicine.
I clicked on it. There it goes.
Nice. It takes a little bit of wiggling, but you are able to sever that head from the rest of the remains, and the rest of the body crumbles into a pile of bones. But you've got a skull.
I'm gonna wave it above my head and say, does anybody want to ask this guy questions?
Do we have more questions to ask?
Well, we still don't know who's done any of this except that the dwarfs are involved.
Who done it?
Class is like
We asked the kobold some questions and got nothing from it, so.
yeah, probably a better chance of finding more information from him than the other one.
True.
Okay, so we don't make the mistake we did last time with the kobold. What questions are we asking this thing specifically?
Want me guys
is your
to move
favorite
you
color?
down to that map?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go ahead and just put the skull there.
Oh, there I am.
Is your quest?
Ayra, did you want to go downstairs too?
Sure.
I reckon.
Trying to get the map to cooperate. There we go.
Lithius, Xerix, you guys want to go down?
Yep. Hive mind, let's go.
There you go. And Xerix?
Yep.
You are?
I do.
And we'll say these two NPCs are cooking dinner. Okay.
How many questions did we get for it again?
5.
5. I vote that one of them be, who killed you?
Who took
That
I love
seems
Guess Who.
hopeful.
or who would have why would somebody poison you?
Ah, that's better.
Maybe a good confirmation? Yeah.
Why'd you drink the poison like a fucking idiot?
Were you? What was the last thing that you did before you died?
Yeah.
Drank that
Playing
drink.
the organ.
I was playing the organ. They were funneling the drink to me.
Someone else was playing with your organs.
Hot.
Bad, no. Okay, so why did somebody poison you? I don't know what other questions we're gonna ask them.
I mean, do we want to reference the dwarves at all? They
Would
don't
the
all shoot me
dwarves
down at
have a
once.
reason to poison you?
Okay, are you gonna get ready to use the circle? I don't know if everyone wants to be down in that area.
Yeah.
I think one of those boards are broke, but I don't remember which one.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think it's this one.
It's the top left.
Quick, somebody stand on it.
This one.
It's broken.
I will. Oh,
Sad face.
Okay. You well, I guess the lights are already lit. You place the skull on the magic circle, and the skull levitates up, and green light glows from its eyes, and it awaits your questions.
Why would anybody have a reason to kill you?
because they don't like us.
The skull cracks its jaw open, and a rasping voice says, "Because we're pirates."
Well, okay.
Yo.
Yeah, so what does that have to do with anything? What the fuck?
Yo ho.
Is that a question?
That's something against pirates. No, it's external commentary.
Oh, okay.
Pirate outrage.
I'm a pirate too. What does that matter? Nobody did. Not hurting anybody, just stealing stuff. You have 4 questions left.
Okay. What group of dwarfs killed you?
Ooh. Hold on.
I don't know. They all look the same.
Wow, whoa. The corrupted king's dwarfs. So that's that question.
I'm just gonna quickly lean over and whisper to everybody in the group. Say, does this mean anything to you guys? Do you want to ask it some questions?
Well, I feel like the corrupted king isn't good. That's all I got.
Facts. What did you do to them? Or what did you steal from them? Or why y'all gotta be such bitches? I don't know.
Ask where we can find them.
Find who?
The dwarves.
Okay.
Like if we wanted to
In
find
what
these dwarves.
region would we find your killers?
Follow the river to their forge. Go through the pass.
Follow.
Okay, so I feel like we've been there.
Yeah.
We didn't really see any signs of like dead dwarf bodies, right?
Mm-mm.
I don't think so, but I was there for like half of your guys' well adventure.
I don't know.
Should we ask what the corrupted king wants?
I think we should figure out like what they tried to steal, or like what they stole that was so important, or like why would the corrupted
Sounds good to me.
um um I guess ask what was stolen that made them want to kill all of you.
The skull stalk pops open and it says, Captain stole the key so that they could not use the pass and sold it.
I could see how that would be a problem.
I don't know if I don't know, would know where the key is. Should we bother even asking them?
The captain sold it. I highly doubt the mute.
What does the key go to?
Well, the key to the pass. Where probably should figure out where the pass is, unless it's that
What is beyond the pass that they wanted? I
What
guess.
was beyond the pass that they wanted access to?
Yeah, why would they want to go beyond the pass?
Beyond the pass are the other islands. And then the skull slowly fades. The light shining from it fades, and it floats down and lands on the ground.
So dramatic.
A lot of help that was. Do you guys know what they're talking about? Because I have no clue.
100%.
Think they would mind me taking their skull?
Now? Probably not.
So, what's next?
Job's done.
I'm hungry. I think I'm gonna go get some food.
Yeah, you guys can camp here for the night if you like. You did slay all of the other undead except for this guy, but you took his head off, so what can he do, you know?
Exactly.
And then you can go over your notes and your findings. And travel further down the river tomorrow, if you like.
Okay, we
around.
definitely want to take a rest.
Okay.
I'm going to grab the skull, put him in the bag of holding, and head upstairs.
Okay. You take the skull, and move you upstairs. Anyone else following upstairs?
Yes. I will also go upstairs.
I too. Well, I guess go upstairs. Is there the stairway up? Is it just like a regular stairway?
Mhm.
Okay. Is so like this way there's no like banister or anything? It just goes up?
It just goes up. There is no railing, so it is just a drop down into a pool of water if you like.
Drunk people walking down the stairs, suddenly taking a swim.
Honestly, it's probably better to land in the water than to finish going down the stairs if you're drunk. It's like a quick exit, you know?
Sobering
Fireman's
up real
pole.
quick.
But instead of a pole, it's a pool.
Yeah, I was trying to think of something that we could do to like block the stairs partially or something, so like we couldn't get ambushed.
Yeah, there's lots of tables, chairs, an organ. You probably need like 2 or 3 people to carry that organ, but organs are pretty heavy. Pretty hard to move.
How much can Mage Hand hold?
Like
It's
how
like
many pounds?
I think it's like 5 pounds. Yeah.
Is it 5 pounds
Dang.
then?
Okay.
Alex might know.
Xerix,
Alex,
do you want to head upstairs too?
No. Xerix is gonna sleep in the boat.
Below? Okay. Well, food is ready. Boss will go into one of these. Just pick a spot. Just get cozy on a couch.
Get swifted.
I will go ahead and, because I don't think this was, Lithius didn't see this. He saw it last time, but I didn't see it. But we'll show that to everyone. The current jobs. Just the reading material that you guys found.
Oh wait. The last journal was in her hand, right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if that was. I think that was Shalina that took that. I believe.
I think I handed it off to somebody. I don't remember who.
I think you might have handed it off to Ayre.
Probably.
I don't remember reading this though.
Yeah. There's the book that was found downstairs, the current jobs that was found downstairs in the workshop area. A book, a crumbling book titled Notes, Notable Places of the Moonshade Isles.
There's just a book named Notes.
A book named
Nice.
a crumbling book titled "Notable Places of the Moonshine Isles" was found on the bar. If you guys want, I can set a timer for like 5 minutes if you want to read over these, discuss them. But if there's nothing else you guys want to
The one that I don't
do-
remember reading that gives like the most backstory stuff is definitely that last entry of the journal.
Yeah.
I didn't read that the first time. Can I use a history to see who the devourer is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyone I would say
Or I guess I also have religion, but pretty well in history.
okay. History, you remember hearing this name, the Devourer, because the cultists keep talking about it.
Oh.
That's the most recent that comes to your mind.
That'd do
But
it.
you feel like you remember reading a book about it or hearing about a book when you were in that abandoned house.
Which abandoned house? Is that the crack house?
No, the abandoned mansion.
Oh yeah, okay. Okay. Would that also be in handouts?
Yes. Specifically in abandoned house finds, but I can move all of those to handouts if you like.
That's fine. Oh yeah, the child's diary is probably where it's at, right? I'm just kidding.
Yes.
He's the Antichrist reborn.
Fun.
Did we take this book, or are we just trying? Is this just a memory thing?
I'm pretty sure you guys took the books. I don't remember anyone saying that they turned anything in outside of the account records that were given to the mayor.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Cannot control F.
I wonder how the skull got down here.
Which one?
The one we're currently in.
The giant skull that you're in.
It's the one from the Harrison Ford movie with Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
LaBeouf. Don't let your dreams be memes.
Just do it.
Do it.
We're having a real productive discussion here.
I'm trying to read while also spouting bullshit.
Ah, okay.
Sorry.
So you're saying you can't multitask?
Yeah. Well, there's a few. Okay. Althea, there's a spelling error. In the second sentence.
Where? And what?
Never mind. It seems to be intentional because it is repeated several times.
Did we see the workshop area?
I mean, you guys saw it. I don't think Xerix was kind of the only one that went and investigated it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's that like first little area off to the left downstairs.
Yeah.
I must be reading the wrong one because I don't see Devour.
So maybe that place was a moon well.
Which place?
Where all the dead bodies were.
Dead bodies. Moonwell. I mean,
Yeah, because what's this one? Burned Book History of the Moonshade Isles. Where's that other reference to Moonwell?
I'm blind. I don't. Bottom of the dark well.
Yeah, but somewhere it mentions like the name of the Moonwell, I thought.
Moonlight dancers. Blah blah blah. Destroyed. Oh, okay. Okay. So the War of the Moon and the Shadows. Probably what you're talking. Moonshade Isles, but the dark well. That's the
Oh, the
developer.
White Well.
Oh. Moonlight dancers were powerful musical instruments of the ancient legends to bloopity blop, and then Cymric Hugh weapon that shooting 2.5 and wounded. Dark. What year is it now?
Ugh, I knew this was coming. God. I'm gonna say that these events were like 100 years ago.
Okay.
So it's see, this says by 201, so let's say it's 302.
Nah.
Wow.
That's
Wow. Both that. Do. Do. Not seeing. I mean, I've read a lot, but like, I don't know how much it's helping.
I guess let me say this, that you are noticing that there is several names, right? There's
that is in fact true.
Khazgoroth.
There are
There's
quite a few names.
a beast named Khazgoroth. There's a
Expansion named Azeroth.
there's a beast named Khazgoroth. There's a thing named the Raging One. There's something that is, you don't know what it is.
Wait, is Khazgoroth the one that is blurred out several times?
Why don't I have you roll an intelligence for me? Or a perception.
Okay.
Did I capture them?
You said perception?
Yeah. Ooh, very good. Very good indeed.
I mean, there's K-A, unintelligible, definitely a G because it looks like the other G's. But then there's TH apostrophe E something L or D. ED, maybe?
Are you struggling with ED?
Yeah. Get on up.
Manuel's. This one. Oh. Loading. Close.
Hmm. Oh.
Not that one.
Hmm.
Sorry, the thing that I use for my notes, I don't use anymore because it's just a pain in the butt. But just trying to find.
Do you need an administrative assistant?
Of course, always.
Oh no. Don't offer my services.
Here it is. Let me see it. Okay. So your perception is to try and read that redacted text, right?
Yes.
On the War of Moon and Shadow. And you are able to see.
Is it like somebody
that-
like how did they I'm sorry, continue.
Okay. You are able to see that a lot of these redacted start with a K. You're able to make out a G in the middle. Some of them you see a TH at the end, and you perceive that it is indeed the word. Some of the words that are redacted are saying Khazgaroth. And so it reads, the second war with Khazgaroth is well documented by the elves of Sonoria. The war had its beginnings in 176 DR, when the folk and the Fidyor began to explore the Isle of Omen, and in so doing, accidentally released Khazgaroth the Devourer from his prison.
Seems quite unfortunate. How does it look like it was redacted? Like, what did how did they go about redacting?
From what you can tell, this was redacted with almost like they were trying to bleed out the ink that had written the text by over drenching it in ink. But in some of the placements, you are still able to see the engrooved markings on the paper to read the letters.
If with like the dried blood, would somebody be able to like use prestidigitation on that, or?
Sure. Yeah. I'm gonna say with that perception roll, you feel like a lot of this is singed in the corners up here where there is black, but because it is just ink and blood, that has made it hard to read. Prestidigitation in your mind could potentially work to clear this.
Okay. I don't know if anyone even has that spell. But I'll ask around.
That's a good question. I don't think so.
It's a Bard, Sork, Warlock, Wizard.
I have it actually.
You do?
Yes.
Then I would say I'm assuming we have this in one of the. I don't think I have a. I don't know. Yo. Triple region drops worth.
Wait, can I just try to hold it up to a lantern or something and see through it? Or is it just too thick?
What she said.
The page isn't thick. Is anyone using prestidigitation on this page?
I will attempt.
Okay. Go ahead and post that spell for me.
I
Uh,
think it's a. Is it a spell or is it a cantrip?
the
I think it's a
cantrip.
cantrip.
I don't know if we might have to get the blood. Does anyone have their vial of peroxide?
Honestly, I just very smart, you know? You guys are very clever. So clever.
We so smart.
Well, it's a minor magic trick that You instantaneously clean or soil an object no larger than 1 cubic foot. Perfect. Hey, I'm going to say that meets the requirements, so I'm going to go ahead and it's going to be in all of your journals. Save, and I will show it to everyone so that they can read the cleaned page.
Ooh.
Oh, dang. Is it sparkling now?
Where
Shiny.
it looks like it's still old with age, but it seems very clean, like it was a well taken care of book. There's no gross blood crusted on it. There's no heavy ink stains blotting out. But with this, I'm gonna say you guys take a long rest. Give Colossus back her spells. Prep your spells. If you need to prep your spells.
Do I put my HP back to 49?
Yep.
It'll. Oh, like your max? Yeah.
And let me know what you guys would like to do from here. If you want to head out.
Yeah, as I guess we're talking, I'll say that if we're interested, I saw another dock farther down the river. Or are we going up or down the river?
Wait, what's Xerix rolling for?
I have to roll a d4 for my ring raven, my raven ring charges.
Ah.
And I only got one back again, so I only have 2.
Didn't
What
you
is
have
that?
inspiration?
I'm not using on that.
Oh.
Like, are you crazy?
D4 roll?
It's just a ring raven. Who cares?
Oh yeah, I need to roll for.
What does it do?
2 charges I can cast Misty Step, 4 charges I can cast Dimension Door.
Yeah. Pretty nice. Misty Step? Dimension Door? Good spells.
Neat.
Oh, I can't.
Not with that attitude.
I can't.
Fall into
There
the
we
water.
go. 2.
I just
2
can't.
charges for the thingamabob. Which puts it back to full. And these regenerate. That doesn't regenerate.
I gotta make sure I prep all my spells.
Mm-hmm.
I got my fist and my 2-quarter staff and my breath weapon.
Mm.
Those are my spells.
I don't think I used any of my spells, so I think I'm good.
Nice.
I need a bank.
Okay. Well, with that, if you're wanting to take the boat, I will need a boat handling roll.
Our
Handle
boat's
boat.
an animal.
Yes, boat animal
will-
handling for the boat.
Well, let's see. I've got that.
what would that be? Like survival
It'd
or
be
something?
aquatic vehicles.
Oh. I will try to give assistance to whomst ever.
You go with the help action. Okay.
What are we rolling? Sorry, what am I rolling for?
I believe it is the boat vehicles thing.
Water vehicles?
Yes, and you should click it and then it should just roll, I thought.
I just don't know why
Perfect.
I'm rolling it.
Just to be able to use the boat if you're traveling by the boat.
Oh, okay.
So you'll be able to navigate the newly commandeered boat. You have a map, so you're welcome to document this place on the map. I'll go ahead and
Yes, I do that.
map.
So we all start meandering towards the boat.
I believe so. Unless there's somewhere else you want to go.
I don't think
Nah,
so.
No.
I've got 2 skulls. I'm good.
The collection grows. Okay. Well, with that, you get into the boat and you go further down the river to the dock that Geldloth had mentioned before. And The edge of the docks, you see that there is a slight hill, and what looks like the remains of kind of a quick little port gate. You see that there's a large wagon with a broken wheel at the base of the dock. And from the dock, a worn road heads downward, southeast to the northeast. A steep trail heads to the mountains. You can see a small town down at the base of the hill. You guys want to go up mountains or downhill? Guess those are your options. Or just wander into the wilderness.
Wait, there's like a town?
There's a little town that you can make out down at the base of the hill.
I want to go to the town.
Okay.
Maybe they know more about what happened to the pirates.
You guys do remember hearing mentioned that there is a town called Blackstone
And the
around
mayor
here.
wanted to visit.
Oh, that's loud.
It's
Goodness.
windy.
It's windy. And it's also raining. Okay. As you approach the small village, you all begin to notice the ruined, deteriorating buildings, some with collapsed roofs. There are about 5 buildings in total, with the largest building farther away from the rest. Only a simple muddy path connecting it with the rest of the dreary hamlet. It looks to be a community barn of some sort. You don't see any signs of people here, but you do see muddy wagon trails. Yeah. What would you guys like to do?
Can I look at the wagon trails to try and tell how old they are?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a survival. One day.
It's fucking one day.
These wagon trails seem to be quite old. I mean, at least a year old, if not more. You can tell that because of how deep and noticeable these wagon trails are, this area used to be very heavily traveled, but something happened and nobody has used this path in quite some time.
I'm going to go down and try to investigate that barn you were talking about.
Okay. Anyone else joining? Or does anyone want to investigate these houses?
Oh, actually, yeah, let's
I want to
investigate the
investigate
houses
the
first.
houses.
So we have house 1, house 2, house 3, house 4.
Which one looks like maybe it's which one's the biggest?
Outside of the barn, the biggest house is house 3 down here.
I want to look at house 3.
Okay.
I'll look at house 1.
Okay. So for building 1, over here, Fammal, you find the door a gap. Its hinges rusted, and you poke your head and you smell the strong smell of wet wood. There's a dining table, rotting, soaked in from the rain, weather, with some filthy plates on them. There's cabinets. There's a wardrobe in this room. It's quite a tiny room. There's like a little filthy hay bed that's been ripped up in the corner.
Gonna look through the wardrobe.
Okay.
is that investigation?
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to look for anything in like specific, go ahead. You open the wardrobe and you find the smell of mildew and must. You see that there's some not usable clothing in this wardrobe, but there could be more.
Just gonna rummage around and see what I find, if I find anything.
Okay. You find one copper piece at the bottom of the wardrobe. You find a pair of what used to be really nice lacy garments, but the lace has since deteriorated away. You're welcome to try and wear them if you want. They were at one point bright white, but now they are a filthy yellow. You find a roll of twine and a scrap of paper with unintelligible writing on it.
I'll pick up the copper piece, the paper, and the twine. Might as well.
Okay.
What was theirs is now twine.
Anyone else want to investigate any buildings? Ayre was going to investigate
The third
this
one.
building.
I'll join.
You need to
will-
investigate the third one.
I will accompany whoever and give aid.
You want to help Fammal or Ayre?
Sure.
Or investigate another building?
I don't know. Solo investigate my own.
Okay. We have 4 and 2.
2.
2? Okay. Xerix, you want to investigate a building?
Go for the barn.
Go for the barn? Okay.
Yeah.
Move you to the barn then. Let me see if I can. How do I do this?
Man, you
can-
guys are
How do I-
giant.
You can explain
Separate.
everyone else's first.
Okay. Okay. So 3. You approach this building. It has a roof, a collapsed roof, and it is the biggest outside of the barn. You see a note, a weathered note, is hammered on the door, barely legible. Both of you make out that it says, "Makeshift sick bay. Only Esme and Dr. Hamish allowed. Send the parish to the barn for Dr. Hamish to manage." Do you enter?
I have like a. Hang on. Let me. Actually, I have end spell. Probably. How long will this take? If I cast something as a ritual, it takes 10 minutes, right?
Correct.
Before we go in, I want to cast Detect Poison and Disease as a ritual.
Okay. So in that 10 minutes, Geldloth, I'm gonna narrate your building. This building is in a similar state as Building 1. Its door left open, its hinges rusted. The house smells musty, mildew, wet wood, soil. You find a small table, a few chairs, some of them knocked over. You find a dresser and a small makeshift bed that was at one point made out of hay but has since sunken into the ground.
Okay. What kind of possessions were left?
So there's the wardrobe, there's some chairs, there's a nightstand if you want to rummage around in those. There's like, there's like a chamber pot that looks filthy and disgusting. There's some rusted spoons and cutlery on the small table.
Okay. Well, I was just kind of trying to get a feel for like how quickly people left, or
Oh,
if they
okay.
had, they, depending on like what they left behind, and then,
So, go ahead and roll a, I'm gonna have you roll in wisdom for me. Just a straight wisdom. Perfect. Based off of what you see, it doesn't look like people took anything. You don't get the impression that somebody left hurriedly, or that this place was robbed. It seems almost that they were just poor. They did not have a lot of things to begin with, but everything seems to be left in its place. The chamber pot is filthy. You don't exactly know. It's been too long to determine like how filthy it was, or if they just never cleaned it, or if just the weather got to it. Yeah. If you are you wanting to investigate the nightstand or the wardrobe?
sure.
Okay. So with that investigation roll, you find a dead mouse, 6 copper pieces, and a rusted small metal necklace in the wardrobe. In the nightstand, you find, in worn condition, but surprisingly, surprisingly still kind of legible, you find a journal. There is one readable entry that says, "I hope the priest can come give blessings soon. This sickness is clearly some kind of curse. Still waiting for the coffins to be finished so we can bury Granny B and Delamain."
Okay.
With that, it's been
When was-
about 10 minutes.
When was like the last? When was like the last journal entry? Do they have them
You see,
dated?
there is kind of a date that you can make out. It's either from 2 months ago or from 2 years ago.
Okay.
Well, with that, Ayre, Lithius, what are you guys doing?
Is the ritual complete?
Yes, it's been about 10 minutes. So you have that detect poison, detect sickness, or disease.
Do I detect anything in the house?
Are you trying to open the door?
Yeah, but like anything on the door or like coming from inside the house, do I detect anything?
Can you post the spell for me?
30 feet.
Okay.
And I can identify the kind of poisonous creature or disease blocked by 1 foot of stone. The usual.
30 feet of wood or dirt. Okay. You don't detect anything recent, but you can tell that there is a sense of sickness almost like a flu, coming from this house, but it is very faint. Like it is no longer contagious.
Okay. In that case, I will go ahead and go inside.
Okay, you try to open the door and it is locked.
Are there
Check
any
out another
other
door.
doors or maybe windows around?
You do not see any windows on this building. There is a pretty big hole in the roof if you're able to get up there.
I do have some rope. What else do we... Oh, I can Misty Step. Is the roof closer than 30 feet?
Yeah, I would say so. I would say you're able to get up onto the roof.
Okay, I will Misty Step onto the roof.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a dexterity for me.
Uh-oh.
15.
Okay. You misty step onto this roof. The roof is about I'm gonna say that you probably get closer to the edge. You wouldn't try and get up to the very top, right?
No, just close enough to where I can get on it and access what seems to be able to let me in, if that makes sense.
Okay. So as soon as you misty step onto the roof gives out underneath you, and you
Peachy.
land in a dusty pile in this house. But you don't take any damage. You're able to safely land without impaling yourself on anything or landing on anything suspicious.
Wait.
Inside this room, you see that there are several hay-made beds lined up in a row. There are what appear to be buckets around the beds. There are 2 skeletal remains in 2 of the beds. You get the impression that this was a sick bay, like it was, but it's a makeshift one. There is a table that has some utensils on them.
Oh shit, are you okay?
I'm okay!
Shit.
Everyone else just heard like a
like a crash noise.
Did you set off all the traps already? Can I come in?
Like somebody's having fun.
I don't see anything like interesting in here aside from all the sick stuff and the utensils.
I mean, nothing that really piques your interest. It looks like, just upon, first glance, it looks like it was someone's house. But it was turned, because it was the biggest building in the village, it was turned into a sick bay. There's wardrobes and a bed. It looks like there used to be an upstairs, but that has since collapsed.
Okay. I will head down to let Lithius in.
Okay. The door is locked, but you see that there is a chair that prevented the handle from opening. that has kind of blocked the doorway.
Curse these modern locks.
Make a mental note of that, because that is interesting. I'll open the door and I'll be like, it was blocked by a chair, so whoever was in here obviously didn't want whoever was out there to get in.
Well, we should be careful of disturbing anything, just in case there's still, I don't know. How long does it take viruses to die?
There's nothing left that seems contagious, so we should be safe enough.
I will take your word
As long
for
as we're not taking up residence.
I mean, don't go licking strange things, right?
Mm-hmm.
it. Lithius still puts like his sleeve to his mouth anyway.
Lithius, you see the same. There's beds, hay-made beds, kind of lined up in a makeshift sick bay. There's buckets of varying filth around the beds. You see that there's a moldy table that's just drenched in wetness from the weather and the open roof, that has some tools on it. But other than that, it looks like it was just a house before it was a sick bay. You see there's some wardrobes and furniture. There was an upstairs at one point, but that is collapsed.
Okay. Maybe look closely and carefully, see if we can find either like a log or are the skeletons still like clothed, or do we see their possessions nearby, their beds?
Go ahead and roll an investigation for me, both of you.
I'm gonna say, are there actually people in here? As the barricaded door would suggest.
Ooh, fantastic.
Yeah.
So there's the two skeletal remains on their own beds. It looks like they had died here, based off of those investigations. To Lithius, to Ayre, you see that there are just deteriorated bags next to each of those beds. And you don't see any other signs of many other remains of people. It seems that these two were the only two people in this building.
But they barricaded themselves in.
Yes.
And then died.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't imagine they didn't barricade themselves in unless there was significant risk to other people, no?
Or a significant risk to themselves outside.
Maybe.
Was the only thing in building 1 just the torn up bed and then practically empty kitchen area?
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, if there's nothing else to look at, I think I'll just start meandering down the town.
Okay. There is the barn if you wanted to head there. But you see that Geldloth is coming out of this building here. And you had seen Lithius enter this building down there.
I'm gonna go down to the barn, I guess, and
Okay.
see if I can open it up.
That's where Xerix is, so go we'll get to that. Okay, how do I do this? How do I send you guys to the barn? Did that work? Are you at the barn, Xerix?
No.
They changed it, so I don't get to just drag your image.
We are at the bottom of the dirt road.
I want you.
Dun dun.
How do I do this? Ah! Now are you on the map?
Yep.
Excellent. Okay. So, I'll send you down in just a second. What are the rest of you doing?
I am continuing to investigate this house to see if there's any other clues or things that would be helpful to us, I guess.
Okay. With
Well,
that, you did see the bags. If you wanted to open the remains of those up.
Yes.
You find that in one there is a book of prayers. Some of the pages are worn. Specifically, the prayers pertaining to being cured of a disease, having good health. Those kinds of prayers seem to be well read in this book. You also find a iron key.
I take the key.
Okay. And I'll go ahead and go over what else you'd find in this. You found a small, in the other sack, you find a small knife used for whittling. You find a fairly nice silk handkerchief. It is like dirty, but outside of that, it's not eaten or anything by
I
moths.
prestidigitation it.
Okay. It looks
What
nice.
What have I done?
It's a
Like,
nice,
it's made of
vibrant
iron,
purple,
right?
and it has some kind of gold woven pattern in it. And you also find a string of wooden prayer beads.
You said that the key was iron?
Yes. It's a pretty big key. Looks like for big padlock.
Okay. I take the knife and the key and the handkerchief.
Okay.
I think that was all that you said that I saw, really.
Yeah, then
Aside
there's
from
the
the book and the prayer beads.
prayer beads. Prayer beads, prayer book. But that's about all you see of importance.
I do flip through the prayer book to see if anything's like written in it, maybe, or something.
You don't see anything written in it. But it is worn. That whoever was the owner seemed to care about it a lot, or read it a lot.
Mm-hmm. And this is kind of the only, like, accessible room here, right?
Pretty much, yeah. It's just that bottom floor. It was more like the entire house was a room. There were no walls. There was like an upstairs, like a loft style upstairs, but that is collapsed.
Okay.
Geldloth, can I have you roll a history for me with advantage?
Sure. Anything you want.
Thank you.
That's not the right one. That's a waste. Quite the misclick.
Great. Okay. Well. So you recognize from that journal that you read, that mention of coffins waiting to be finished to bury Granny B and Delamain. You recognize Delamain. That was a note. That's a name that was mentioned in one of the notes you'd seen in the Skullhead, the Skull Tavern.
I see. Just to clarify, is this as the 21 or a 15?
I mean, either work.
Okay.
But you remember that name rings a bell to you, because it was in the current jobs that Delamain was needing his axe handle sanded. But I guess he's not going to need that anymore because he's dead. That's all.
Unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
Who was reading about him?
You were in building 2, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you found that journal that said this sickness is clearly some kind of curse. Still waiting. I hope the priest can come give blessings soon. Still waiting for coffins to be finished so he can bury Granny B and Delamain.
Soon. Okay.
Okay. Let me go to Xerix. Xerix, this building is very big. You get the sense that it is a community barn. And it is in surprisingly decent condition. It is not as destroyed and eroded as the other buildings.
Looking at the plots, has there been anything living here, either flora or fauna?
You see that there is a lot of grass that is starting to grow on the worn trail. There's a lot of weeds around. It's not like somebody's been taking care of this ground. There's some birds here, and some overgrown harvests. Looks like these were at one point their gardens, but they have not been taken care of.
Okay. Alright, I guess just walk up and try the doors.
Okay. You find that they are both locked.
As in, there is a lock to be picked, or as in it is barred from the other side?
As in, it seems like there is a lock to be picked. There is a big, heavy iron padlock on both of them.
Okay, I'll try and locks.
Okay. You try to pick this lock, but it is, despite the weather, it should have been rusted and easy to pick, but there's something different about it. It seems to not, like, you just can't get that pin in there to line up right.
Are there any openings for windows around?
You see that there is a small round, what are they called? Hatch window at the top, which indicates that there could potentially be a second floor to this building, but it is too high for you to reach.
And around the side, probably just nothing.
Yeah.
Let's throw them up there.
Are the doors? Is there any kind of crack to the door? Can I see in? No.
Yeah, briefly. I mean, you can kind of see, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if I can see inside, then I'm gonna cast Misty Step to get inside.
Okay. There you are. You see, well, let me go to everyone else. So I'll have you, and this time Fammal will have made her way to that area. Geldloth, you see Lithius and Ayre in this building.
Oh, I was gonna once I found out that this was like one of the pirates' homes.
Mhm.
I was kind of curious as to, like, whether maybe they were intentionally making it look like they were poor in case somebody came by, and I was gonna look to see if there's any like hidden compartments on the floor or anything, but
Ooh, sure.
I was gonna try to get somebody else. I don't know. I'm good at perceiving, but not at investigating, so I don't know.
Yeah. You can hail to Lithius and Ayre if you like. They're pirates. They might know a thing or two, right?
Not pirates.
Your sea lovers.
I'm a pirate.
And I'm proud to be.
Pirate.
Bring your sea legs over
pirate.
here. But yeah, I'll explain that I found a diary and that the wife here used to be the woman who lived here was the wife of one of the pirates that we found at the inn, and that maybe this is like a Viking town but for pirates.
Pirates go to retire.
Well, no, like maybe this town banded together as pirates, but made it, they tried to make it look like they were upstanding citizens.
Oh. Seasonal pirates.
Yes, season of the pirates.
On this map, is this dead bird an actual thing or just something a part of the map?
Oh, it is a dead bird. Yep, I guess that's just part of the map, but yeah, there's a dead bird there. There's some living birds here, just ominously watching you.
Yeah, if that's not a part of the thing, then I was going to investigate and see how it died.
Oh, sure.
But oh, okay. Would that be my investigation or my survival skills?
I would say medical.
Medical? Okay.
Man, you really can't tell what killed this bird, but it's got a broken neck.
It must have flew into the window.
Suffers from broken neck syndrome.
It needs a chiropractor. Stat.
Sudden onset snapped neck.
Yeah. Okay, Lithius, Ayre, are you gonna go help Geldloth?
Yes.
Okay. He will lead you to this house here. And I will have you guys roll perception or investigation.
Why did he say we needed to look at it?
He found a journal that, I don't know, do you show them the journal?
Yeah, I would have it with me.
Okay. He shows you a journal he found.
Taken it. I don't know if there's more to it, but whatever. One of the pirates from the inn, I don't know if they're actually pirates, but one of the pirates from the inn lived here, and the journal is from his wife.
Mm.
Then I'm curious to see if, despite the appearance of poverty, if maybe they had hidden wealth somewhere in the floors or compartments or something, but I am
I
not
see.
good at investigation. I could do insight on the building, see what it's hiding.
That's good. I like to roll. I have the pirate background. Let me read. Oh, I didn't actually write it in here. I don't know, Althea, if you rule that give me any sort of insight to where pirates hide their treasure on land. But
I mean, yeah, I would say give yourself a advantage on that roll if you're doing investigation or perception,
Yeah,
as you would understand what a pirate would think.
he knows that
Oops.
all the pirates hide their booty in their pants.
Okay, cool. So you see that there is a hay mattress, but like that's what commoners do. That's where they hide their treasure. Pirates don't do that. Pirates like to hide their treasure in a spot that is well seen. And so you look at the dining table and you look below and you see that there is a small carved X amongst the wooden boards in the floor. That's not easy to carve, and that's not normal to see in a normal laid floor. And you're thinking, yeah, somewhere where people are always at, that's where a pirate's gonna hide their treasure.
If it's one thing I know, it's X marks the spot.
Exactly.
Digging.
You find with a knife, you're probably gonna be able to pry that open if you'd like.
Yeah, let's do it. I believe I have a couple daggers, so.
Excellent. Okay. Go ahead and give me a strength or a dex. I'll leave it up to you.
Just a straight roll?
I will try to assist.
Let's have it either be a sleight of hand or an athletics.
Okay.
I give him assistance.
Okay.
Is that a plus or advantage, or is he roll as well?
You get advantage. Okay. With that help, you take out your dagger and you put it in the X and you start to move the dagger and wiggle it to try and jiggle the boards up. And then Geldloth comes up behind you and he's like, no. He puts his arms around you like that ghost movie with the pottery. And he guides your hand to the knife to apply just the right amount of pressure to the board to pop it open. And
That's exactly why I joined the Navy.
Yep. Not the only thing that
moments
popped
like
open.
these. So romantic. Aww. You guys have a moment. You find a key made out of an unusual material. It feels very cool to the touch. Whatever kind of metal this is, you don't recognize it. You find 100 gold, 7 platinum, and you find an axe.
Oh, just a normal
very
axe?
special axe.
Oh shit. Instinctively I try and grab at the gold as fast as possible and then stop myself, knowing there's no way to pocket it quickly. And I guess I pick it all up, set it on the dining table we're underneath, and invite everyone to come look at our haul of booty.
Okay. Well, Geldloth does notice you pocketing the money. I don't know if Geldloth wants to do anything about that. But,
no, I like started to reach for it and stopped, so I didn't actually. It's on the table.
Yeah, I would like all I would see was like his hand kind of jerk forward and then like be normal,
yeah.
and I would chuckle.
Yeah, that's what you find. And let me know who's grabbing the axe.
I'll take Oh,
Okay.
you got it.
I think someone can grab it, but my intention was to invite everyone to come look and examine at it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
comment
So,
on it.
May I
Ira,
grab the axe?
and my axe. So this is a vicious battle axe. It's a magical weapon. Its properties are versatile. Its damage type is slashing. It does a 1d8 for damage, but secondary damage if you use it two-handed is 1d10. But when you roll a 20 with this magic weapon, the target takes an extra 2d6 slashing damage.
Oh.
So it's like extra crit.
Ooh.
Well, I guess the thing is, it says when you roll a 20, it's not implying that it's a natural 20. So I think that means if you get 20 or higher when you roll to hit with this weapon,
Oh.
then you get that extra damage.
What's it called?
A vicious battle axe. You should be able to add it from the compendium.
Yeah. When you roll 20. Maybe instead of, well, I don't know. Weird.
Yeah, because it doesn't say a natural 20.
Yeah.
Okay. You find that the handle on this axe is pretty worn. It will need a new handle soon.
Oh, it's the axe.
Yeah.
And Geldloth is a monk, right?
I am. So I would not.
Oh, well, looks like they pretty brutally want to protect their treasure. Maybe we'll find someone who can use this. But it seems like you were right. They were hiding their wealth. You should let the others know and take a deeper look in all the rest of the places, see if they hit something more informative.
So we're all just gonna investigate the other houses,
Look for the X.
and Xerix is investigating the building.
He was in the barn, right?
Yeah.
Xerix, are you trying to find ways to get up into the top section? Or the second floor, whatever?
I haven't done anything.
Okay.
He just entered the barn. I don't know if you guys want to head that way, but
Oh, I thought he couldn't get in the barn.
he
Oh, no,
found
he
a
got
way.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
So, Fammal, you show up. You don't see any sign of Xerix. You see the bird, but
Are there any windows?
there's a window at the top of the building, but it is too high for you to climb up to.
Shoot. Okay.
There are some trees around. This building seems to be in, despite the other buildings, this one isn't in bad condition.
Gonna look around the building, see if I can find a weak spot.
Sure. Geldloth, Ayre, Lithius, what are you guys wanting to do now?
We've been in what, 3 of the buildings and the barn? Is that right?
You've been in this building, this building, this building.
I want to go
and then
in
people headed to the barn.
the building that we haven't been in yet.
Okay. This building. This is the smallest of the buildings and the most run down of them all. There is no door. You are able to just look inside. And this building is quite the hovel. It does look like somebody at one point lived in this, but it couldn't have been enjoyable. Even before all of the weather damage, you could tell that it was not an enjoyable building to live in. There's a chair and a small table. There is a pile of maybe what used to be fabrics or hay. You really can't tell. It's not even like you don't even have the right to call it a bed. It's like a sleeping pile. There is a small crate that is molding.
I don't know why they wouldn't just say if you critically strike. Unless, like, I guess some fighter classes you can crit on 19 and 20.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like this only, like, you can crit on 19 or 20 if you're that class, but you only get the bonus damage if you actually roll.
If
20.
you actually roll a 20. So
Yeah.
it does have to be a net 20 then. Okay. So
And
just be sure to.
that's I think that's the supplemental damage. Like, it's on top of a normal crit damage. Like, it's just
Yes.
extra damage. Okay.
Yes, it's just extra damage. So, like, you have your crit that gives you double damage, and then you have on top of that this. So it's like extra brutal.
Yeah. Vicious.
Extra vicious. But yeah, that's what you find in that room. There's really not much to investigate in that building.
Oh God.
Anything else you three would like to check out?
Go over to the barn.
Okay.
Or is everyone else kind of coming out of the rooms or the houses or whatever?
I believe so.
Yeah, if so, then I guess the only place left would be the barn. And if we don't see Xerix, and he was looking, well, I don't know if he was looking at the barn, so I don't know. But I will ask. Anyone know where Xerix went?
Yeah, none of you had really seen Xerix go off anywhere. You don't see any sign of him. You all just kind of started going into the houses and investigating them. So you kind of split up.
Well, I mean, I stood outside of mine for 10 minutes.
That's true, yes. You were busy doing a ritual, so you were kind of focused on that. I'll go ahead and move you guys to the barn, if that's okay.
Sure.
Yeah. How does this? Let me just select all, regroup all. Oh, okay, interesting.
Are you okay?
Yes, it's a new way to separate people that they have, where it's like an actual drop down thing.
Thought maybe.
It's still raining.
Still
Oh,
raining.
there I am. Why is Fammal on the other side of the barn?
Is that a giant scarecrow?
She's looking for holes.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go.
Not having a good time.
I'm having Xerix go first. So Xerix.
I'm gonna be.
You
right
see some you see a coffin on a broken wagon over here. There is the smell of rotting flesh in this room. It is very dark in here since there are no windows, but do you have dark vision?
Yes.
Okay. So you're still able to make out that there's some sort of deceased creature over here. There is a dark stain here. And these appear to be kennels of some sort.
But nothing in them. In the kennels, like moving.
Nothing moving in the kennels. This one has no kennel. In this kennel, there is a rope fence over here, and you see that there are a bunch of coffins in this kennel. It seems that this is where they were making the coffins, is what you gather. There is a rotting corpse of a boar here. Or a pig. Hog? Hog.
Can I determine how long it's been since the creature died?
Sure. Go ahead and roll an investigation for me. You guess that
Okay.
just looking at the body, it seems that it died quite a while ago. And yet it seems well preserved. Usually when things die, they start to decay right away, and it takes like at least 6 months for bones to appear. This thing looks like it was dried out. It could be as old as a year ago, but maybe older.
And so, if the creature is dead but preserved, there are these blood patches around.
Yeah. They are dark and rusted. You have the smell of rotting flesh and iron in your nose. You can only assume that it's maybe blood, but it could be something else. Just given that it's around here. I'm gonna say with that investigation roll, that 24, you look up where this pool, where this dark stain is. You look up and you see that the loft, it also has the same size of dark stain. So what you see here, this area here, you see on the loft roof above you.
Okay. He will pull out his daggers and go into stealth mode.
Okay.
Because whatever's up there is dripping blood on the floor. Or
Well,
something
I'm guessing the
exploded.
doors aren't unlocked yet.
Does my key fit either of these locks?
Yeah. You see that there's big iron locks over here. Xerix, you're wanting to head upstairs?
Yes.
Okay.
Quietly.
Go ahead and roll a stealth for me. I'll move you up there. Ayre, yeah, you see that the key that you found does open these locks.
I
Okay.
open the locks.
Okay. Xerix, as you quietly come up the stairs, where you would expect there to be where you would expect there to be just a normal loft in a barn, you smell something rancid. It smells horrendous in here. almost like the bottom of the well.
I'd like to listen. I don't know if it was intentional, but did the rain stop?
It is quiet. You can hear it through the window over here, but it is outside of that, it is very quiet in this room. Just the creaking wood is all you hear of the building.
So was it rain? Oh, sorry. Um, but it's not quiet in the sense that a silence spell is being cast around.
No.
Okay. He's not going to. He'll enter the room a little bit, but he's not gonna get close to the thing here.
Whatever that is.
The thing, the unmentioned thing. But
So as you get closer, you see that there are piles of hay. Hay bricks?
bales.
Hay stacks? Bales? Yeah, hay bales. Here and here. There are piles of hay over here. There is a cage with a body in it. The body also looks mummified, almost, and yet kind of familiar. And when you had entered the room, you had seen the blood stain over here, tracked in blood, traced in blood, a familiar circle that you had seen in other areas, different locations, but the same markings. And where the blood stain was, downstairs, where you would expect to see something else, instead there are a pile of hay. There's also a little thread spinner here. Thread spinner? Hay spinner?
Spindle?
Spindle?
That's it.
Spindle.
Are you talking like that turns something into
Like
thread?
Sleeping Beauty?
Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah,
Spindle.
spindle.
Okay. He's gonna be very quietly, that stealth roll, kind of make his way towards the window,
Okay,
but it's gonna stop here.
okay. As you stop here, you hear the sound of doors opening downstairs.
He's going to move around here, try and hide here,
Okay.
because he isn't exactly sure what opened the doors downstairs.
Mhm.
So
Fair.
He's just gonna wait. He's gonna see all this stuff, all of these fun things here.
All of that. Yep, you see that.
Clown
And
party.
you would expect the hay to smell like hay and dirt, but it smells sickly. This hay smells weird.
Can I do like some sort of check to see if I'm a different like plane of existence? Like did I go through a portal when I went upstairs?
Oh, sure.
An Arcana?
Yeah, I would say Arcana. Man, this area feels like hell, but you're pretty sure you're still in the same plane of existence. This is just hellish. what you're seeing.
But there's no like,
Like
illusion.
there was like a dead thing over here. You're not seeing anything illusory. You're not seeing anything. You're not seeing through any kind of spell. Like this is real life. This is what you see, and that's very real.
And then the next time until people come upstairs, he's going to sit in this corner and do his meditation thing where he tries to listen to dead things.
Okay. Okay. Let me do the people downstairs, and
Yep.
then I will do your dead listen of what you hear. Okay, so people downstairs. Is everyone entering the barn?
Yeah.
Oh no.
It seems spoopy.
It's so spooky for me. Colossus is going to enter the barn. Your guys' tokens are down here.
Hmm.
Ponderance be in here too, just kind of wee. Or not Ponderance,
Ooh.
excuse me.
Let me walk in. Colossus is a
It's all
cleric,
just a
right?
bad dream.
Colossus a cultist? What?
She's a cleric.
Yeah.
I would ask her if, hey, Colossus, you feeling anything weird? Because it feels kind of weird in here. Especially seeing the coffin and the blood all over the ground.
Right, that is weird. I mean, there's definitely something off about this area. Like,
I'm saying, do you feel any undead?
do I feel any undead? I don't know. I want to say yes, but it doesn't feel like undead. I'm sorry, that's not very helpful.
Facts.
I want to check out these coffins over here.
Okay. Ooh, those are some nice coffins. These coffins seem like they were newly made. They have a fine layer of dust on them. They're in decent condition. They are unused.
That's strange.
You all see the pile of the dead carcass over here.
Do I detect any poison or disease from that? I'm assuming it hasn't been, I think it lasts for 10 minutes. Hang on.
I'm going to say
10 minutes, yeah.
faintly. You can't tell how old this thing was, like how long ago this thing died. Like, but you can detect a faint presence of some kind of poison or disease. You're welcome to do a medicine check if you'd like.
Yes. Well, it says if I detect it, I just know.
Oh, okay. Yes, faintly.
What the...
You're detecting some kind of a poison. It's almost like a poison that you find that can corrode the body from inside out. Yeah.
So, no snap neck syndrome on this one?
No, not on this one. Just that bird. I'll be honest, I find a lot of birds that have snap necks. I don't know if it's because of my cat or if it's because they hit windows or something. But is there anything you guys would like to do? Those that don't have dark vision, it is very dark and hard to see in here. You will need a light source.
If that's the case, then I'd be standing near the door.
I will put my ghost lantern on my belt,
Okay.
or maybe, better yet, hand it to Geldloth. I presume you're standing by the door because you can't see. Yes.
Yeah.
So you can have it in a mislight in 30 feet.
Okay. Like in a certain hue, or
Well, it doesn't specify if I can make it flavorful. I'd like it to be like a light blue. Oh, actually, I don't know. Yeah, no, light blue. It's got my little anglerfish in it. It's from the sea.
I don't remember if I have dark vision or not, so I'm gonna pull out my lantern.
You emit bright light 30 feet with that lantern?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Geldloth, does that change anything for you?
yeah.
It's also dim light for another 30 feet.
30. Dimming starts 30. Maybe it's low light. Low light 30? Okay, maybe that worked. You can see though, yeah?
Yes, I can. I don't
And
really.
Fammal's bringing out her light. 30 feet, 30 feet.
It's a miracle I saw the coffins.
You can make out coffin shapes in the dark. It's 30 feet.
Also, Taylor, just so you know, the lantern also lets you cast Mage Hand, and if you fall unconscious, it stabilizes you immediately.
Fancy.
Okay.
Oh, I lied. I'm sorry. I can't give it to you. I do put it on my belt. It requires attunement.
Oh, okay. Rude.
Okay.
Just didn't say that in the item description on Roll20, but that felt wrong, so I looked it up.
Assuming we weren't told that the pig was poisonous or disease-ridden, I'm gonna investigate the pig.
Does it only give me, or sorry, does it only give light to you or whoever is holding it, or what?
It should be that he emits that light.
Yeah, so
So I think that should
stay
be,
close.
there should be a light that's emitting from Lithius now.
Okay.
That allows you to see. And Fammal is emitting a light. Okay. What are you doing?
I'm kind of just walking around the pig and poking it with my boot.
You poke this boot, and where you would expect it to be squishy, it is rock hard.
Oh.
Delicious.
Colossus is gonna see the blood stain and then just point up to the roof to let everyone see that. An ominous dark stain on the ceiling and on the ground. And she's gonna say, looks like there's a loft. Has anyone want to lead?
I mean, I'll go second, but I can't see.
Can anyone
very far.
see?
I guess I'll go up first.
Okay, I'm gonna walk with right next to Fammal. Is that you?
Yeah.
Almost here. You guys up top. If you're going up. There you go.
Oh, yikes.
Lost will go upstairs too. Can I have you guys, Fammal, can I have you,
I will stay next to the person with light.
Both of them went upstairs.
I think Kalas has a light.
Not much of a smoker.
Yeah, Kalas has a lantern that she's got lit.
It's lit.
She's gonna head upstairs.
So what did I
Geldloth
need
is
to
coming.
do?
Oh, I would like you to. Everyone who enters this area, I need you to roll a perception check for me.
Okie
Xerix as well.
Is this the upstairs?
Yes, and Xerix, you get advantage if you want to
I'm
roll to see if you get a
also
nat 20.
Going upstairs.
Since you were
I think
stealth.
all of my perception rolls have been terrible this whole time.
I'm rolling perception.
Yep.
Can I also, I guess, roll a stealth? Or try to, like, be quiet? Okay.
You
Okay.
will
take
not.
me to the upstairs.
Oh, yes.
Bird.
There you are.
It's over here.
So Geldloth, you sense something. You hear the sound of rustling coming from over here.
And perception.
And Ayre, you also hear a sense of rustling coming from here. And then as Fammal approaches this area where she is, you all hear a hissing sound
It's a feral
coming.
cat.
It's a cat.
Kitty.
From the hail here, and then it gets louder as you hear more hissing from over here, and hear.
When we hear the hissing, I'm gonna use my my astral self and do my astral sight.
As limbs start to pull themselves out of the hay bale. 1, 2, 3, 4, more in the center, more over here and over here. And the thing in the cage starts to creak up, and its limbs crack and twist as it pulls itself up by the metal bars. And it looks at you, no eyes seen in its sockets. And it opens its mouth and hisses. And we'll stay here. We'll end it here. We'll need to roll initiative.
Oh,
Okie dokie. Should we go ahead and roll initiative, or
Sure, if you like.
okay?
dun 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 dun. Wow.
Oh no.
Where's my token? The little health one again.
And the cat got your sword.
No, it just was the last one up the stairs, apparently.
Oh yeah, I just copied and pasted from that map.
Bullshit.
Bless you.
Can you move Ren up the stairs too?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Certainly.
And if you want to control Ren, perfect. So Lithius or Xerix, we just need Geldloth.
Oh, I rolled a 13.2 or something like that. It wasn't ready.
Add turn. You rolled a 13?
Yeah.
Okay. Sort. And it will be Fammal who will go first next time. Fantastic.
Not that Fammal noticed anything really.
Yeah. Well, so it is surprised. So everyone except for Geldloth and Xerix and Ayre will go, but everyone else's turn will be skipped as you guys are caught off guard. Isn't that fun?
Isn't that fun?
I'm first in
I'm
being
just
scared.
imagining Nana Yaga. Isn't this fun?
Isn't this fun? Oh, this is going to be great. A surprise party for us? Oh, they shouldn't have. That's what Nana Yaga would be saying. Shocked.